Hello everyone, I'm Professor Geek. Welcome back to the channel, and welcome to my review at last of Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb by the great, immensely talented Keung Lee. And I really mean that. Keung is just absolutely, hands down, one of my favorite artists right now. Period, really. I was going to say favorite artists in the indie movement or on crowdfunding, Comicsgate, whatever, but period. He's just one of my favorite artists. Really amazing. And, sure, I'm a little biased because he's actually doing some work for my own book as well. So stay tuned. At the end, I'll actually reveal some of the artwork that he's doing for Tales from the Stacks, my own book, which is still in demand and won't be in demand very much longer. So as soon as that art comes in, that store is coming down and we're going to print. So, but this is his book that was recently fulfilled. If you missed it and you're about to see how amazing it is, don't worry. There is a chance to grab this issue 1 coming soon. Issue 2, the campaign's going to start next month, actually. So we'll delve into that. But yeah, Keung's just great. Really great stuff. So let's dig into this. Now, first of all, as a disclaimer, I will mention that I'm not really going to say anything critical. I don't have anything critical to say about this book in terms of, this should be a little different or this should be a little different. And that's because I was one of the editors. There I am in the, Michael Kreitzer, there I am in the special thanks. So, yeah, it was my great pleasure to be one of the editors, for this book. So, it was just a lot of fun. Yeah. So any little things that, I might have tweaked or whatever, I talked to Keung about that and he, took into account anything like that, so it's just a solid book. I really can't say, anything, even constructively critical about it. It's just a good, solid book. So it's issue 1, and this is the beginning of the saga. And I know that a lot of people have been doing some reviews of this book, so I'm going to try and do something a little different. I'm going to try and bring a little something of my own to this, and that is analyze the character, the archetype, and in the story structure. I don't know a lot about art, in terms of the technical stuff like that. I just know I love his art, and his art's amazing throughout. But I'm going to talk about the story structure. First, I am a big collector of Keung Lee art, and I'm very, very blessed and thankful to grab a lot of it. I've got more than this, but this is just some of the stuff there I wanted to show off a bit. It does come with all of these trading cards. I know Keung is big on the trading cards. That was one of the things that I think got him into comics, if I remember correctly. So he'll have stats and little things on the back of the cards. We've got some great Matthew Weldon art as a part of this as well. Let's see if I can reach this. Yeah, Matthew Weldon doing some nice variant work there. And we see some Weldon. I think the final, yeah, there's Weldon's, the black and white of that one. Really great. This is the professional wrestling that Saya is interested in and likes to watch, and you understand that as you read through the story. She's a big professional wrestler fan. So that's, I think that's what that's going on after that. What I love about this is Saya herself, the Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb here. She's a pure aspirational hero. I really get that. That's what I get from this first issue anyway. And I talk about aspirational heroes, how much I love them, how much, there aren't enough, and they're just a special thing. She's a unique kind of aspirational hero, though. She, I think you could also probably work in some heroine archetype there as well, because she does bring that essential feminine to the role of hero as well. Again, it's just the first issue, so I'd like to spend a lot more time with her, getting to know her more as we go throughout the arc. But I'm really impressed with that. Story structure. Well, let me explain what I mean about the aspirational hero. Well, yeah, I guess this ties into story structure, so it's all related. We start out with this epic battle. And this is, people have been showing these, at least the first few pages, so I'm not really spoiling anything, but the story opens. In the very first page, she's having come out of this stasis chamber, and she's changed. Her body is changed. And Keung has revealed this much during the campaign promotion anyway. She's gone through this change in her body, do this experiment or whatever, and she's that wonderful Keung Lee style, thick hottie. He draws so well. And she's very powerful and all of that, but she meets this villain here. We don't know anything about the villain yet, but Brecker, I believe the name is, and this villain poses a problem. This villain poses all of her strength and everything like that, and she's poised at this moment of, can she beat this villain, strong as this villain is? And then she has this memory of her father there. That's the wonderful hook. I mean, that's a great hook to start out a comic on. I mean, you've got to start out with action. You have to start out with action. You have to start out even visually on the first page, you've got to start out with a hook. I can't tell you how many times I talk to comic book writers and they'll give me scripts and, their opening script is basically their opening page rather, is basically an establishing shot. It's some sort of outdoor location or it's just an establishing shot, getting into where you are. And then, you turn the page and maybe you start to get into a little bit of action. And they'll point to, like a Jack Kirby or a Frank Miller or something book or whatever to defend that. Look, here's the thing. You're not Jack Kirby. You're not Frank Miller. You're a nobody. If you're in crowdfunding and somebody's backing your book for the first time, you have a very limited amount of time to hook their interest. So enough, you're not writing a freaking screenplay. Enough with the damn establishing shots. You open on action. You open on a hook. And a hook can be a mystery. A hook can be imminent danger. A hook can be, so here we have, boom, you've got this girl surrounded by guns and these horrible villains and everything like that. She's sexy. It's a great, like you open that first page, you're going to turn the page and see what's going on. It's a great hook. And after this little scene, we jump back in time. Now we can get some exposition. We've had some action. We're hooked. We really want to know what's going to happen at this point. So now we're prepared to slow down a little bit and go back and meet Saya and learn a little bit about her. So we'll find out about her before this. How did this happen? How did she come to be in this stasis chamber? How did she come to go through this transformation? What's going on? Who are these people? And then we can catch up and be even more invested in that moment that the intro left us off on, which was, is she going to be able to beat this villain or not? That's great. That's good structure. That's good writing. That's how to do it. And in terms of the structure, like I said, you go back and you meet her long before she had her empowerment. So if you remember when I talk about superheroes, you have to have 1, a call to adventure, and 2, an empowerment. And they can happen in either order. And they can happen together, whatever. But we've met her right after her empowerment in the beginning, right after busting out of the stasis chamber with all of these special, unique abilities now. But now we're going to go back and meet and get to know her a little bit and understand what her call to adventure is. And I think that comes in towards the end as well, towards that first scene there. But you get to know her, so it makes a lot more sense. And the thing is, when I said that she's an aspirational hero, she's just always a good person from the very beginning. Now, I don't mean that in any way. She's not a flat character at all. She has things she needs to learn. She's very human. She has emotions and all of that. But, she has, crushes and stuff like that. But, and things annoy her occasionally like that. But she knows what the right thing, she wants to do the right thing from the beginning. She's always going to do the right thing. I'm here to do the right thing. I love that. It's like that Superman idea. She doesn't have to suffer some great tragedy or suffer some great character flaw or moral failing to then decide to do the right thing. Those characters are fine, but they're overdone. So I love the fact that we've got a nice aspirational heroine character here in Saya in Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb. I also think, and I haven't asked Keung Lee about this, but I'm pretty sure that's a Deku. That's a little Deku reference with that guy there. That would shock me if it's not, because I know he loves obviously he knows his manga and anime. I mean, look at this thing. Really great. I don't want to show too much of it. I do love, it's just so good. It's so good. I mean, I read it through when I, first he sent me, I don't have it right on me right now, but a long time ago he sent me just a little preview when he was just kind of testing out the template, and he was still working on the art for the whole story. So that hooked me immediately. Then he sent me later the script and to go ahead and edit, or the actual finished art and everything to go ahead and edit and make any changes or whatever, and we did that, and that I love that. But getting it now, I was thoroughly enjoying reading it all through again, knowing how it ended, but it was just great. I don't want to show you the ending, but I do want to show you some of the end the end of the book material that he has here. Very manga esque here with it is manga. Edwin Boyette calls it American manga. But, we got the character bios, great art. You can get to know, you feel like, this is a universe he's really developing, and it's a universe you can't wait to get back to. So I can't wait to that second campaign. That's going to be really great. Love that. And he's really good at marketing himself here, talking about the origin and everything like that. That's really cool, especially for a hero. You want to know about that kind of stuff. I love that. Love the pictures of his studio there. And this page here, so here we have Issue 2 Premier Edition, October. So next month that campaign starts. And he's going to start, I think, with the professional wrestling. That's coming in 2020. I think he's going to do a whole new series about the professional wrestling, kind of a tie-in, building out the universe. I always get this wrong. Murakumo Comics, if I'm pronouncing that right. Don't hate me, Keung. Murakumo Comics is the imprint that he's doing these under. That's his own comic printing publishing thing here. And this t-shirt is amazing. It's from Crypto Fashions. I have this t-shirt. I wear it all the time. I love it. Fits great. Everybody comments on how great it looks, you know, the design and everything like that. So you got to check that out. Just really great. And here's the thing. So here I said, you know, obviously when the second issue comes, campaign, of course there'll be a tier to pick up the first issue as well. But check this out. At MurakumoComics.com, Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb #1 Standard Digital Edition is coming soon. So I haven't checked that link yet to find out exactly when, but I remember he was talking about this. At some point he is going to sell, I think, just straight up from the website, if I'm correct. I believe I remember him saying this, the digital edition of this issue 1. And then, of course, that's good promotion for issue 2, you know, to jump people on board to that crowdfunding comic. So this is really, it goes in, it's easily, like I said, this is one of the top comics I've received from crowdfunding platforms. You know, there've been T-Bird and Throttle, the Arkham case file Arkhams, and this one is right up there. I mean, sometimes you get some clinkers occasionally from crowdfunding. You know, it is a risk, it's a gamble sometimes, but this is not a gamble. I'm telling you flat out, this is amazing. Jump on this comic if you haven't already. If you weren't lucky enough to back for the first issue, like I said, make sure you get that digital edition. Certainly check back, keep in touch with KeungLee.com to get in the ground floor of that second campaign when it opens next month. Now I'm going to switch over and show you some images that Keung has completed. These are some of his pages from Tales from the Stacks, which is my own graphic novel. Like I said, that is still available in demand on Indiegogo. We are just waiting for some of the final art from Keung, and then as well as Illustrator Monk to come in. And then once that's lettered, boom, we're taking the store down, going to print, and going to fulfillment. So it really any day now, you know, any day, any of these days now it could happen. So this is not a book. I know some people need to budget, you know, when there's so many campaigns out there they want it back, they need to wait, you know, this book for this paycheck and whatnot. But this is one you want to bump up to the closest paycheck you've got, because if you want it, if it's interesting to you, because it will not be there very much longer. And as you can see, Keung is just, it's amazing. He did that cover, the wonderful cover, which was a variant cover about the third story, Discovering Evelyn. So Tales from the Stacks is an anthology series, 3 uncanny tales, all introduced and told to us by the creepy librarian who beckons us into the inner stacks. And we've got a collection of great artists on this book. Dave T is doing all of the connective pages of the librarian, introing and outroing the stories. And we have Ralph Del Mundo doing the Lady Anana story. I showed that and talked about it. Illustrator Monk, the great Illustrator Monk, doing the Fire and Winter story that correlates with John Malin and Kyle Ritter's wonderful variant cover. And then Keung Lee, I count my blessings that he was able to, that he agreed, you know, and is able to fit it in. And he's doing me a big favor by doing this, but is able to fit in doing this story for Discovering Evelyn and this wonderful art that he's achieving and contributing to go along with his variant cover. So that is the third story in the collection. You do not want to miss this book. I'm telling you. I tell everybody. You know, I've got my channel out there. You know me. I talk about story all the time. It's not that much of a gamble, I wouldn't imagine. But let's just say, even if you hated my writing, even if you got this book and you just couldn't stand the stories, you would still be 100% happy that you bought this book just for the art. I mean, look at this art you're getting. Depending on the variants and everything, you can have art by John Malin, Kyle Ritter, great Keung Lee, Illustrator Monk, Ralph Del Mundo, Dave T. This is just it's a win-win. You know, it's a win. Go check out the campaign. Link is in the description. It'll be at the end of the video as well. And do keep an eye out for the next Battle Maiden Knuckle Bomb campaign. You definitely want a part of that. And I do believe that Keung is still, he definitely contributed to The Littlest Umbrella from that Umbrella guy. And I believe that campaign's still in demand, at least. I'm pretty sure. Might be wrong, but don't quote me on that. Anyway, lots of great Keung Lee art out there available. Go grab it. Don't miss it. It's a really fun story. Great alternatives to the nonsense going on by the mainstream industry today. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more reviews. I have another couple books that are just right here on the top of my pile I need to get reviewed, so they'll be coming soon. More of the usual live streams, and until next time, keep enjoying and digging deeper into the hero stories you love. Thanks for watching.